What's up, everybody? Unsportsmanlike Conduct, Gabb Bree, back again for another week of sports with you guys. And this week, we finally have some things to talk about.
Oh, boy. We literally said last week that nothing is going on.
I know. It was the most boring time ever, and it couldn't be more exciting right now.
Lord have mercy. It's like every 5 seconds you look at your phone and somebody's signing somewhere.
Yeah, my screen time for yesterday has to be really bad. And I don't want to know because it's probably going to make me feel really bad, but I could not put my phone down.
Yeah.
No.
And then as we are coming on here, I just saw a tweet that might be the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life to
here we
prove
go.
that like our society is not serious, completely unserious people.
Okay.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has reached out to Aaron Rodgers and Jesse Ventura, but like Aaron Rodgers is the key person in this one.
Where are we going? Where are we going with this?
About serving as his running mate.
No!
On an independent presidential ticket. And
where can I access this Where can I access
Tom Pelissero just tweeted this.
Oh, so this is like real deal stuff.
This is reputable for sure.
Let me grab my phone for a second because I need to look at this and I need to see it with my own eyes just so I can see that it is that insane. How about we focus on... No.
Could you imagine Aaron Rodgers being your vice president?
No. Actually, I cannot. This is the biggest meme of the week already. Oh my God. Oh my God. I don't even know what to say. There's really funny replies, but I'm not even going to read the ones. But oh my God, guys, I'm really sorry. But
these new Mad Libs are amazing.
Not Mad Libs.
Yeah. Crazy. So there have been other things that have happened today and yesterday that we will talk about, but like that was just the first thing I saw as I was pulling up like
hey, if that's what you want to do,
signings. So
that's what you want to do, and that's how you want to spend your off-season time. Like, my first question is, if this does happen, which it's not, absolutely would never happen. But let's just say it does. Aaron Rodgers is out there in the political field. Are we leaving the Jets?
Has there ever been a player politician?
Well, almost,
like
but he didn't
get
elected.
Coach, like
oh no, I was gonna go with like Herschel Walker, but he didn't. No, he didn't make it. So no, I don't think so. But like, what do you do? Does he leave the New York Jets? Does he leave them in the dust? If he does do this, though, that tunnel run with that American flag is going to do numbers on the internet.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just put that in very first clip of the campaign commercial.
I don't even know what to even say about that. I want to quote it, but I don't have anything funny or witty or anything to say other than yeah.
Yeah, me too. All
right.
I don't know. But anyway, yeah, so that's a thing in case you guys didn't know.
Nice. Way to start it off, Aaron. Way to start it off.
Getting into the relevant topics, the relevant people, because Aaron Rodgers is already signed on a team. That's all taken care of. We already know that. There have been in the last, let's say, I don't know, almost 36 hours. Well, even more than that, dating back to like the weekend.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff going on. Crazy stuff.
Yeah, crazy.
Where do we start? Who was Russ the first domino to fall this weekend?
Was it Russ or was it Jerry Jeudy? I can't recall.
Jerry Jeudy.
But I think it was actually Chris Jones. That was like an extension. But so I think Chris Jones might have been the first thing. And then we go to Jerry Jeudy, and then we go to Russell Wilson.
Surprised.
Russell Wilson.
Totally surprised.
About Jerry Jeudy?
No, Chris Jones.
I'm not really surprised. Why? Why are you surprised that they gave him that amount of money?
I thought he was going to get paid elsewhere. I thought
he got paid.
Get the most that he could possibly get, regardless of who it was with.
Well, he kind of did.
I thought like, especially Baltimore. I said it last week, and I thought Baltimore would like really.
Yeah, but they have that young guy that they just paid. So.
Yeah. Aaron Jones is not a free agent still. He signed with Minnesota this morning, which is weird.
Yeah, we can get to that one too.
the NFC North, the way it's similar to like how the AFC East has been the last however many years, but like the way the NFC North just like swaps.
Yeah, they have a lot of that going on.
Strange. But that's how you guys are now too.
And I don't like it at all.
AFC North.
No, I don't like it. I do not like it. I do not like it. And I think that's very weak of them. Let's not do that. You know, I thought the AFC North stood for something. I thought this was some like gritty football where everyone hated each other and we're not making friends around here. Yeah. But I guess it doesn't anymore. So
that doesn't seem to be the case.
No. No way.
Patrick Queen is now a Steeler.
Do we start with that? We can just start with him. I mean, we've named almost everybody. But like, if we want to start with Patrick Queen, that was probably the most surprising signing of this entire free agency so far. I know other people aren't going to see it like that, but to me, I thought that one was insane.
Yeah.
I don't know. I get it. Players go to rivals all the time, but this one feels a little weird and a little too much.
It does feel weird for me seeing it happen in the AFC North because, like you said, when I think of the AFC North, I think like rivalry to the max. Like you absolutely hate each other. You hate the city. You hate everything that has to do with it. So when I see like guys from the Browns signing with the Bengals or guys with the Ravens signing with the Steelers, it's like, oh, that's odd. Like that just doesn't feel right, you know?
Yeah. Like I'm all for you guys getting your bag. For sure. Get the most money that you can in these situations. But to the Pittsburgh Steelers, oof, man, that hurts. Man, that one sucks.
Russ is a Steeler too. Like,
yeah, good thing the Baltimore Ravens got Derrick Henry today because if they didn't, that Patrick Queen signing would cause a lot more chaos than it is.
Derrick Henry and Lamar is going to be sick. Like, absolutely disgusting to watch.
Yeah, anyone that's thinking that it's not going to be good, you're just being a delusional hater.
Yeah, seriously. I don't know.
Derrick Henry's not washed.
No. It's just Tennessee it wasn't doing it anymore.
Right.
Like, he's still
scored 12 touchdowns last season?
As long as he can stay healthy. I mean, he's had like foot issues? Like bad, like a messed up foot for the last 2 years or so. Yeah, him and Lamar, that's going to be real hard to stop that offense.
What are you going to do? What can you do?
That's the thing. What can you do? Because obviously Derrick Henry.
Find out.
Derrick Henry's Derrick Henry. He can burn you with the legs, but like so can Lamar. But Lamar can also throw. They have some pretty solid receivers.
Mark Andrews.
Maybe not, but I don't know. Interesting.
Yeah. Very.
Yeah, Saquon too. Like everybody's jumping ship. It's weird. Saquon though, like he was never gonna re-sign with the Giants. Once that Daniel Jones contract was all done, like there was just no way. There was no way. And he's from Pennsylvania, so like going home.
It's probably super excited.
Yeah. I mean,
it's probably been his dream growing up. You grow up outside of Philly, you go to Penn State, and you played against your rival your whole career. Now you're like, oh, I get the chance to go home. This is going to be really awesome.
The whole thing, the whole drama with Tiki Barber, though, like.
Embarrassing.
For what? For like, I know you're a radio guy, and I don't know what it is with former players, especially, but radio, like just in general. But former players, when they become media, specifically radio, they just turn so like, I don't know if bitter is the right word.
Bitter,
but it feels
sometimes
like
yes. Yeah, sometimes bitter. I just feel like they feel entitled to
all the time
more than what those players are getting right now. And some of them weren't very good. So like, just relax a little bit.
I just like saying you're dead to me. That's crazy.
That one was a bit
talk
much.
About dramatic. Like
he did everything that he could.
Okay. Right. If you're going to be upset with anybody, be upset with the front office for letting this get to this point to where it does happen, where he does leave. Like,
You're
not
be
upset
winning.
with the Daniel Jones contract. Be upset with. I mean, just there's so many other things as a Giants fan or an analyst of the Giants where you can pinpoint and be like, okay, this is how we got here. Don't be mad at the guy for leaving, because
be mad at them for drafting Daniel Jones.
He obviously knows the team's not in a successful spot right now.
Who do they just sign? Drew Lock?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
And
got it.
I don't mean that laugh as like anything against Drew Lock, because I actually like Drew Lock a lot, but like
just the situation that they're in. Like Drew Lock is good on a team for a number 2 who already has an established quarterback that's really good. That's not the situation here.
Not Daniel Jones.
No.
Like that's the whole, but just you're dead to me is a wild thing to say. Regardless. Whatever. Strange. I do want to talk about my Patriots though, because I am pleasantly surprised with the things that have transpired. Elliot Wolf, I'll full disclosure, be completely honest here. Going into free agency, going into draft time, a little nervous because this is the first one without Belichick for 20 years. And you can make the argument that Belichick's drafting is not great.
Maybe it'll get a little better. We'll see.
Like, there's always that side to the coin that you can talk about, but like, it's new. It's not something we're used to. So going into it, I think the expectations were not positive. But man, he's re-signed everybody that is important to this team. Bringing back Kendrick Bourne, bringing back Hunter Henry is critical, I think, no matter who plays quarterback this year. Just from a leadership standpoint and a production standpoint, like those are two of the most productive people on this team. And Hunter Henry especially has been like, he scored the most touchdowns as a tight end for like the last 3 years in total or some crazy stat like that. And that's on teams whose offenses have not been good. Re-signing Mike Onwenu is, I think, the biggest out of all of them. Because the offensive line has not been good, but he's been like the one bright spot. So I'm thoroughly impressed with what's going on. And everything has been relatively cheap, all things considered. Like, you saw all of the deals for offensive linemen that were being made yesterday, and it was like some dude got $100 million who, respectfully, I don't think is $100 million worthy. So I saw that and I was like, holy shit, Big Mike is going to get so much money and it's not going to be here. And it's a pretty solid team-friendly number. And then Antonio Gibson, same thing. And for the production that Antonio Gibson can bring in a position of need, pass catching back, like, I'm not going to go completely crazy and say like,
oh
it's been
no,
perfect,
please don't do it.
Like,
don't do it.
No, I'm not. But it's been very, very good so far. And if they can figure out this Calvin Ridley thing, I'm like, I feel real good going into the draft.
Okay, but what are your not like? What's your percentage that you think Calvin Ridley is going to really be there?
Well, so here's the thing with that. Jacksonville, if they sign him to an extension before, I think it's 4 p.m. tomorrow, they have to give Atlanta a 2nd round pick. If it's after 4 p.m., I think it's a 3rd. So I'm assuming that the reason why this is being delayed is because they're waiting until tomorrow, because you can get rid of a lower pick instead of the higher pick, obviously. But the Patriots also supposedly had put an offer out there. So my thing with this is like, and I've seen a lot of people say this, and I said it to you this morning, but like I kind of want to retract it a little bit, because there is the benefit of playing in Florida, like the weather, obviously, but like it's also hot and humid and disgusting September, October, and it rains a lot. And there's also no like income tax or whatever in Florida. That I can understand. But I've seen people say like, well, why would they want to come to Massachusetts. Why would they want to play in Foxborough? There's not this, there's not that. Like, you could say it's cold. Like, you could say that about anywhere. Why are these guys going to Green Bay? What are they going to do in Green Bay? Like, make cheese curds? Go ice fishing? Like, what? I hate when people say stuff like that because, like, they're not.
Yeah, but there's a really big difference between the two, though. There is.
My thing is like, if you say, oh, well, there's no clubs in Boston.
But that's not what I was going to say. That's not what I was getting at.
I've seen people say that. And like, if that's the mindset, I don't necessarily know if I want that person on my favorite team because that doesn't seem like their priorities are in the right spot.
Okay, I think the number one thing is who's throwing him the football. I think that has a lot to do with it. I mean, yes. Yeah. He doesn't know.
Trevor Lawrence got hurt last year, though. Let's just say he gets hurt again, and it's Mac Jones throwing you the football. Like, oh, Mac Jones, we didn't even talk about Mac Jones.
But you don't know that. Like, I don't think Trevor Lawrence is going to go and get hurt. That's not what I'm thinking about. I'm like, if you're thinking about who's the starting quarterback, he's going to go, well, Trevor Lawrence, we've done some things. Patriots, no QB there. Don't know what's going to happen. Is it going to be Jacoby? Is it going to be somebody else? I don't know.
I am happy about the Jacoby signing, too. I completely forgot to put that in there. That's the perfect, like, potential bridge guy, I think. But I don't know. I mean, also, I don't want them to overpay for Calvin Ridley either. So if they miss out on him, like, I don't think I'm gonna be mad. I'm not gonna be upset. Would have been nice, but there are other avenues for a receiver out there. So supposedly they've reached out to the Chargers about Keenan Allen. Like, I don't know. Yeah, the Jaguars have 2 first-round quarterbacks from the same draft class. Yeah, Mac Jones. Happy trails, partner. Man, I knew it was gonna happen. It was kind of just a matter of when, you know?
Yeah.
Sunday morning, I was in some rough shape and I saw that.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to post about it, and it was like hours going by. I'm like, oh my God, Bree, where are you? What are you doing? I was worried.
Okay, so here's the thing. I didn't realize, I thought daylight savings was next weekend or like this coming. So was not prepared for that. Also went out to watch the UConn game and the Celtics game Saturday night and just whatever. It ended up turning into a longer night than it originally was supposed to. So I was tired. I woke up, I think it was like 10:30, maybe like 11, which is, I never sleep that late. So I woke up and I saw it and I was like, yeah, this is good. And I've seen a lot of people, there's always like those defenders of a player who like maybe doesn't necessarily deserve a defender. But there are Mac Jones defenders in the Patriots fan base, and a lot of them are like, oh, the Patriots ruined him, blah, blah, blah. Like,
well, he wasn't very good to begin with, so let's start there.
Thank you. Exactly. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. His rookie season is romanticized in a way that, like, I can't believe.
And it wasn't even that good. I'm going to be honest, it was not that good. It was fine.
And I always bring up Baker Mayfield's rookie season, and then whatever happened after that, like,
well, I mean, he did just get $100 million. So.
He did. Good for him. Maybe it's a change of scenery thing. But
he's still not that great. So
I don't know how you look at, especially this season of Mac Jones, and say that he is not a part of why this happened. Because, yeah, I can understand the 3 coordinators in 3 years. That's tough, especially when one of them is a defensive coordinator moonlighting as an offensive coordinator. I understand that. Most Patriots fans thought he was the guy after his. I'm a Patriots fan, and I'm going to tell you that that's not true. Especially this year. Like, I don't know how you watch that game in Germany and you say, oh, well, it's not his fault. I don't know how you watch him.
Yeah, but I feel like a lot of fans were saying that he had playoff potentials in like a sneaky little team.
A lot of people say if he ended up getting drafted by San Francisco, that it would be the same production as what they've done with Brock Purdy. I just don't see that.
I don't think he would be as good, but I think he would have a better chance to.
Well, yeah, anybody would have a better chance if you've got Christian McCaffrey, Brandon Ayuk, Debo, like George Kittle. I could probably be good in that offense.
I mean, you could at least get 1 yard for sure.
Thank you. I feel
at least 1 yard.
Above all else, like, it was just time to move on. Like, all of the reports have said, like, the locker room lost faith in him throughout the course of the year.
I don't think there was much to begin with. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think the floor, it was already on the floor. Like, we didn't really go up much higher.
Nope.
And that's just what it was. He was never going to be the guy. Moving off of him, of course you had to. And to the people that are freaking out about him going to Jacksonville, like the Jacksonville fans, please relax. He's not going to start. There's not going to be a QB battle. Trevor Lawrence is going to start.
Have people actually thought that?
I saw so many Jags fans freaking out. They're like, oh my God, I don't want this guy. I'm like, well, one, relax. He's going to be a backup. So let's chill on Mac Jones. We don't have to hate on him even more than we already did. He's not starting. It's just not going to happen.
He's not going to beat out Trevor Lawrence for that starting spot. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. That's crazy. I can't believe people actually think that.
Should we just go down the QB list to the next one?
Let's go.
Well, actually, can I ask you a question first about 2 quarterbacks? Then I want to go off of those. Okay, so I'm going to give you 2 different ones, and then you're going to tell me who you think is going to have a better season this coming year. Russell Wilson, Kirk Cousins.
Kirk, go.
Okay. Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson. Oh no, I think it's frozen. Okay. Anyways.
Hold on. Let's see. Am I back? See, my Wi-Fi does this. It just dies. It just goes.
Okay. Sorry. I tried to refresh. What?
Did your Wi-Fi go out too?
No, you stopped. I go to click on my thing and then I accidentally hit refresh and then it kicked me out. And I didn't mean to hit refresh, but now I'm here. Sorry.
Anyway. Yeah, this happens. This hasn't happened to us in a long time, but it has happened.
Okay, did you hear my second one?
I heard Russell Wilson or Kirk.
Did you hear my second one? Yes. Yeah.
No.
Okay, so the next one was Russell Wilson or Deshaun Watson. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's tough to say.
My first one is Kirk Cousins, especially in a weak division. Obviously, that's helpful. I just I don't want to say Deshaun but I think it is, especially if the rumors are true that the Steelers are shopping Deontay Johnson. Yeah, I guess so.
I would go Russell.
I'm just thinking like the people around them.
Oh, I think the people around Deshaun Watson on the Browns are significantly better than the Steelers, but I don't think that he is going to be playing the whole year. I think he's going to suck, and then somehow Jameis Winston is going to be out there, and we're going to have this cycle over again. So that's what I feel. That's what I feel like. That's what I feel like. But Russell Wilson, Pittsburgh Steeler, we can start with him. I don't think it's going to be great, but I don't think it's going to be as bad as people think it's going to be. I mean, I think they're probably going to be above 500 like they always are.
Exactly. Yeah. It's going to be just very average.
They're going to be annoying. They're going to get some wins that they shouldn't.
Fit. It's such a good fit for me, I think. And we talked about it last week about, where he could potentially end up. And we both said Pittsburgh being one of them. Mike Tomlin is just he seems like a clone of Pete Carroll to me. So they're going to get along really well. And I think it's going to work. I don't want to say really well because I just don't know if Russ still has it all the way. But I think it's a good landing spot for him. Now, if they can keep Deontay Johnson, sure. Crazier things have happened. Worse teams have been better. Like, I don't know.
Deontay Johnson only has 1 touchdown in 2 seasons.
Which is also insane to me. But then, like, the quarterbacks he's had has not been all that great either.
The best.
And it's just a 1-year deal, right?
I think so.
For Russ?
I just don't think he's going to fit in with the personality of Pittsburgh in general. It just doesn't seem... I know we were just saying, like, what's the difference between Boston, all these places? That's not what I'm saying with this one. I'm just saying, like, the people of Pittsburgh and Russell Wilson are not going to mix. They're already really upset about it seems. I think they're warming up to the idea now, but a lot of people were not happy about it. They were making fun of it, making memes about like Pittsburgh fans were. So I don't think he's going to really buy into the whole Yinzer culture that they have going on over there.
Yeah.
He just doesn't fit that vibe, but we'll see. I don't know. He'll be better than what people think it's going to be, but I don't think it's going to be great.
I do think Kirk in Atlanta is going to be good though.
Yeah, I do too. I don't really care about the Achilles thing. Like I think he's going to be fine. We've progressed so far with our medical technology and how we can recover from injuries. I think he's going to be okay. And
he's actually like recovered normal from this injury,
not with
as opposed to
the other presidential party,
potential future vice president. Yeah,
right.
That one.
Yeah.
All of the memes though surrounding the Kirk Cousins signing, so good, so good.
See, I don't agree with that at all. I think that the Falcons signed themselves up to be 8-9 every year with Cousins. No, I think they're going to win their division.
Yeah,
I think they're going to.
You have someone actually able to get the ball to Kyle Pitts.
Yeah,
which has not happened since he's entered the league. He's played on teams with a very dominant run game, especially 2 years ago with Dalvin Cook and Madison. So Bijan should actually get the ball.
Finally.
They just signed Mooney?
Yeah.
They just signed Mooney too. They've still got Drake London. Like, wild card team, if not division winner. I'm going to say absolutely division winner because it's going to be really hard for me to envision. The Bucs will probably give them a run for their money, but like the Bucs are losing their defense.
Yeah, the Bucs barely got it done last season. They couldn't score a touchdown on the Panthers the last week of the season to win their division. They barely got by.
Yeah. $100 million man might be able to do it now, though. You never know.
It reminds me when the Vikings were a Super Bowl team. I didn't think the Vikings were a Super Bowl team at any point, but I thought they would be competitive, and they were. They were always competitive.
Did people actually think they were a Super Bowl team?
I don't think so. Maybe just like a little fake hype.
Like a playoff team, sure.
Yeah. But they were always competitive.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Super Bowl might be a little bit of a stretch.
His weapons in Minnesota were so good, so going to Atlanta, I mean, they're still good there, but we'll see.
Atlanta's defense was pretty good last year, too. Yeah. Like, I know they're not one of those, like, flashy teams, especially because they have not been good over the last couple of years. The attention hasn't been on them, but, like, if you actually paid attention to the moves on defense they made last offseason and how it translated during the season, pretty good. Like, yes, they're still the Falcons, obviously, but like
they're definitely not the Cleveland Browns, so they have that going for them.
What are the Saints going to do in the NFC South this year? Seriously. Like,
nothing.
Carolina's in a rebuild.
They're not going to be ready for anything. All you have are the Bucs.
Tampa's, they brought back Mike Evans. They brought back Baker. but they're losing people on defense, and defense is probably the strongest side of the ball for them at this point. So why not Atlanta? I just want to see Kirk do the dirty bird is all.
Oh my God.
I need it.
I don't think he's ready for what's about to happen. But I'm excited to watch.
It's going to be good.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going all in on the Falcons. And by all in, I mean to win their division.
Yeah. No. Not like crazy
Not
all
Super
in.
Bowl.
No
yeah,
Super Bowl.
I'm going all in, but that's where we're stopping.
Yeah. Yeah, if we had to pick today, like Atlanta's going to win their division. Has anything happened while we have been on air? Anything of importance? I can
not Aaron Rodgers. We got that one already. I'll look real quick. Let's see if we have anything.
Jalen Mills to the Giants. That's okay.
Okay, no, really nothing.
Nothing crazy. Is anybody going to sign Michael Thomas? Like,
he was airing it out. Oof. Probably not for a while.
What did he have to say?
When he got cut, he was just posting all kinds of crazy things on Twitter.
I'm like, part of me thinks no, but like also if Devontae Parker just signed with Philly,
he's gonna go somewhere.
Someone's gonna pick up Michael Thomas. Watch it be the Patriots. Like that would be something that they do. That would suck. I wouldn't want that. Unless like there is a complete clean bill of health. I don't want that. Ugh, frustrating. What else? How about these running backs? We haven't talked running backs yet. They had their little
Zoom call last season, and now they're finally getting it done.
Crazy. Saquon switching teams. Josh Jacobs, new Packer. Aaron Jones, Minnesota Viking. Tony Pollard, Tennessee Titan. Austin Eckler is a Commander.
He's not going to last long.
That's the craziest one to me, I think. And I know there's the connection with Anthony Lynn.
And then you have Gus Edwards going to the Chargers in his place.
Sure.
DeAndre Swift, it's been a mess.
Yeah, real weird.
Good for them because we heard you guys. We heard you guys last season that no one was getting paid. Now finally everybody is getting paid. Joe Mixon to the Texans. I mean, yeah, it's all. I want to know how after each thing.
I want to know how that idea developed though, because he was going to get released.
Well, they only got a 7th rounder, so.
Oh, so okay, so it doesn't even really matter.
Yeah.
I was going to say why not just wait so you don't have to give anything up? But like,
yeah, they got a 7th round pick for Joe.
Whatever.
Mixon.
What was I just gonna say? Dallas, though. I feel like
they gotta
about nothing.
Something. Yeah.
I thought Aaron Jones would be the answer.
It sounded like a great idea.
I really didn't think Minnesota was gonna be in play there.
They kind of did him dirty with that.
The Packers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I get it. It's a business, but like I think that one was a little weird. How much of an upgrade is Josh Jacobs going to be? How much did he cost? I think it's about the same price.
There was also somebody said that the Packers wanted him to take a pay cut for like half of whatever his salary was, which was like 12.5 a year. And he only ended up signing in Minnesota for like 7 or 8.
Yeah.
So like, but then he said, oh, there's 3 sides to every story. Yours, mine, the truth. So that makes me think like maybe it wasn't the pay that was the issue here. Maybe they kind of just decided to move on and then use that as an excuse, which is, again, we know it's a business and whatever, but like there's a difference between good business and shady business.
Yeah, and I was hyping up the Packers a little bit, but I know Josh Jacobs is good, but I don't like the vibes he's bringing to that team.
No. I don't, yeah. Him and AJ Dillon don't like.
I think AJ Dillon's gone.
Same. Do you?
No, I think he's a free agent.
Oh, I thought that was the whole point, is they were going to re-sign.
I could be lying to you, so I don't know, but Josh Jacobs is going to be good, but I just don't like the vibes that he's bringing there.
AJ Dillon signed a 4-year deal.
Did I lie?
He's a free agent.
Okay.
No, you're right. You're right. I thought he was next year. I thought it was AJ, or it was Aaron Jones this year, AJ next year. I didn't think it was both at the same time. Interesting. Okay, well, that changes everything then. Who? Zeke? Josh Jacobs and Zeke? Up in Green Bay?
No.
Because it seems the Patriots,
Come on.
Doesn't seem like that's even a thing. Again, like bringing him back.
No.
That was a very Belichick move to cut Jones. Like, do you guys even know it? Belichick probably most likely would not have done that. Like, unless it was for financial reasons. You guys are just crazy. The Bill Belichick hate, since he has
people do hate Bill Belichick.
It's wild. I feel like
I'm laughing.
Like you just make stuff up now.
It's not funny. It's not funny, but it is just funny to see all the things that everyone says. That's usually how it goes.
Crazy to me.
But when you win all the time and everyone is like over it, that's when the comments start going. It's not because he's bad. It's because he was good. And everyone's over it. So that's
Jalen Mills just signed a 1-year deal with the Giants. Good for him. That does absolutely nothing for me. We learned the Patriot way was just having Tom Brady. Oh my God, please. Stop listening to Boston Sports Radio.
God. Why, is that what they say?
Oh my God, it's depends on the day. There will be days where Belichick was the mastermind and Brady was spoiled and this and that, and then there will be days where it was all about Brady. The only reason why anybody came was because of Brady. Like, it just depends. Like, if it's a full moon or not, you know.
Oh, yeah.
It's ridiculous. What else? I feel like we
I have a ridiculous thing about Saquon. I don't understand why people are comparing Saquon and DeAndre Swift. I get that the stats from last year were kind of similar, but that's not telling anything from that. Just looking at that, it's not telling me anything. If you don't think that Saquon is a significant upgrade from DeAndre Swift, I don't even know what to say. Like, he's so much better. Come on, he's better.
When it comes to no, I'm not. I agree. My thinking when it comes to Philly and running backs, though, is like you could have just like an average tier guy, because if you're going to run the tush push every short yardage situation, every goal line situation, what does it matter?
I mean, I don't think that's Saquon's purpose.
Their offense confuses me. I think
they're going to be good
here.
I think
they are. Really good. They're very good and they're very talented across the board. But like the usage of it is confusing.
Well, I think it's going to be a little different now with Saquon compared to DeAndre Swift. They really don't do the same thing at all. I really don't think DeAndre Swift is that good. If you look at, I just don't think he's that good. I don't think he's going to have the same kind of season that he did.
Who else is in Chicago, running back wise? Is it just him right now? Who the hell was even Chicago's running back last year? Why I couldn't even
tell you.
I got nothing. So maybe that's why he ended up there. Let's take a look at the depth.
Well, I mean, I don't think he's going to be bad, but I just don't think that he's Saquon's level. Saquon is like a generational running back.
Yeah. Deontay Foreman, Roshan Johnson. Speaking of Chicago, though, what's going on? What's going to happen with Justin Fields?
No one wants him.
Because I thought for sure it was going to be Atlanta.
And they got a way better quarterback.
Sure did. And then there was rumors swirling about Pittsburgh, and they upgraded.
Better quarterback.
And now, whether this is accurate, reputable, or not, the rumors swirling on social media is teams are interested in Justin Fields as a backup.
Yikes.
So how is this going to work? Because Chicago's going to take at number one. Like there's no doubt in my mind. There's no doubt in my mind it's going to be Caleb Williams.
If they don't take Caleb Williams, they're going to regret that for a very long time.
Exactly. If it's not like that's an issue, and their scouting team, their front office, like everybody needs to go, because that would be a generational fumble. No pun intended.
If they skip on him, I want a live stream of the Washington Commanders draft room immediately. Like that would be great. They're taking him. I don't know what's left for Justin Fields.
They have to. Nothing Marvin Harrison Jr. can do, to me, elevates Justin Fields' game.
No, build around him. They're already trying that. It's not working.
Build what around him? Build what? They traded for
all
DJ
those
Moore
things last season.
They did everything they could last year. And what? What did they get from it? Not good. Like it was not good. There were flashes.
Yeah,
there were a couple games where he looked good. There were a couple games where Mac Jones looked good. There's a couple games when Bailey Zappi looked good. Like if we're just gonna go by flashes, like that's not gonna win you football games. That's not gonna give you a successful season. It's not gonna lead you to the playoffs. Like it has to be Caleb Williams. I just don't know. I don't know. Like where could he possibly go now? Obviously, it's not going to be New England because they already picked up Jacoby as their veteran guy. Atlanta filled their need. Pittsburgh filled their need. Sam Darnold just got $10 million from Minnesota, which is crazy to me. He still gets money like that.
I mean, I think he would provide more than some.
Yeah.
But man,
I just don't know. It's an interesting situation that I think there's going to be no resolution to it until draft time. And if it's Caleb Williams, if and when, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt here. If and when it's Caleb Williams, it's going to be interesting to see how that goes. Seahawks would be interesting, but it would be in a backup role, right? Because Geno's back.
Well, Geno's better than Justin Fields.
You could pose it as a potential training camp competition, but I don't think he would beat out Geno.
No, I'm not seeing that one either.
He could be backup for Brock Purdy? I don't know.
Everybody hates on Caleb. Why do you guys hate on Caleb Williams so much? Why? Because he cried once and then he wore a dress?
He paints his nails, that's why.
I think he's going to be fine. And you can't just pass on that. You can't pass on someone that has the potential to be that good.
Right.
If he turns out to be not that good, then that sucks. But you can't take that risk to pass on that.
I think the only reason why you should have those doubts is because it would be Chicago. And as we've seen throughout history,
graveyard.
Yeah. But he's going to be unanimous number on every draft board. He should be. There's no doubt in my mind. I don't know. It's just crazy though. I mean, the league year doesn't start until 4:00 tomorrow, and I feel like half the free agents pool has already signed. It's crazy. My brain is overflowing with information right now. Shall we move on though? Is there anything else?
Yeah, I got one. Oh, I got one. I just wanted to let you guys know that I told you so. T. Higgins has requested a trade.
Oh,
I don't know if he's going to leave. I don't know if he's going to be gone from Cincinnati, but he requested a trade. And I said that they weren't going to pay him, and look what happened now. They haven't discussed a contract since last March, they said. Yikes, that's bad. So he seems like he's pretty pissed off. His mom's pissed off on Twitter, and the Bengals fan base is not very happy. So T. Higgins, where's he going to go?
Houston.
A lot of places. I mean,
Houston
maybe, yeah. Him
Houston
and Joe
would be
Mixon
real
and
fun.
Houston. Okay.
Oh yeah, Joe Mixon's there. I forgot about that.
But I don't know.
That would be fun though. Who else? I'm to the Patriots, man. I'll give up my right arm for
literally every single team. There's not a team that you would say like no for T. Higgins. Basically,
I would love that.
Point.
It's gonna kill me when it ends up being like Kansas City or Miami, though. That's gonna suck.
I mean, I think it would be okay. I would think it would be so funny if it were Kansas City, because I know that the Bengals fans would hate it so much, and that would bring me so much joy and happiness.
That would be such a dumb trade for Cincinnati, though. Like if
it would be dumb. It would be so dumb.
If they're gonna like honor this, and if they are gonna ship him out, like put him in the NFC, please.
They're not gonna extend him, I don't think. Oh, also their fans are talking today that they think that they're gonna get Justin Jefferson. If the Bengals get Justin Jefferson, that I'll tell you right now, I'll be in shambles, and that will be one of the worst days of my life. But I just don't see that happening either.
He's gotta. I would be furious. I would walk into front office right now and say, "Get me out of here." If I was Justin Jefferson.
Yeah. Kirk Cousins just left him there.
And Sam Darnold is what they brought in. And then you look at who like the backups are, and it's like Nick Mullins and that rookie from last year. I don't even know. I genuinely don't even know his name. Like that.
Could you see Justin Jefferson being traded to the Bengals? Like, what kind of trade package is that going to be?
2 firsts. And like a late, I don't know. Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase, though, would absolutely make me want to throw up. I
don't want to watch it, to be honest. I don't want to watch it. I don't want that. No one wants that. No one wants that. Cincinnati, don't do it. It would be a really bad idea, and you guys would look like losers, and everyone would hate you. And that's my pep talk for them to not do it. You want people to like you? Stay kind of like an underdog.
Oh, what if they did, though?
No. What if they didn't? That'd be great. Oh, if they did.
Justin Jefferson was at LSU with them, too?
Yes, they were all there. I would have to root against Justin Jefferson, and I really like Justin Jefferson. I don't want that to happen. So let's not do that.
For your sake, I hope it doesn't, but like just for the grand.
Woof. Woo, I would be. I'd have to clip this real quick and say, I am in shambles. Worst day of my life.
Oh, that would be so cool. That would be
cool.
No,
it wouldn't. It would
hopefully, for your sake, it doesn't happen. But like,
we shall see. If it does, though, that would be crazy. I would not believe it. I would not believe it at all.
They would have to give up a lot for him, though.
Yeah.
There's no way Minnesota is going to be like, yeah, okay, sure, and then let him go for like a 4th.
Well, imagine, I'd be so mad if I were T. Higgins, though, and that happened. Yeah.
Yeah. How many years does Jettas have on his deal? Would it be just like a 1-year rental thing? Jefferson contract.
Bengals would troll nonstop. Yeah, they already do. Bengals fans
so this is the last year of Justin Jefferson's rookie deal. So it could just be 1-year rental type situation, and he goes elsewhere.
Yeah, because they're not going to pay him either.
Year. Right. Well, that's what I'm thinking. Like, if you're not going to pay T. Higgins, who would be less than Justin Jefferson, what would the point be? You know?
Yeah.
Would be cool, though. All right. Anything else for football?
No.
Before we move on.
Jameis Winston. That's all I got. It's just funny to say. I think he probably will end up playing a couple games. Yeah. And there'll be a lot of memes from that
Surprised that he's getting paid as much as he's getting paid.
Yeah. I don't know what. I think, okay, so it said incentives like up to.
Yeah. Okay.
$8 million. So it's probably not going to be that, but they probably have that in there just in case, Deshaun goes down again, doesn't play half of the season. Here's money if you win games, play games, touchdowns, whatever. That's what I think that it is.
Which is interesting structure for supposed to be backup.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But I guess you have to put it in at this point because you don't know what's going to happen with the quarterback that you gave $1 million draft picks for and paying him so much money to perform and play 6 games a year. So I don't know. I mean, you couldn't bring Joe Flacco back because I think that would have ruined the vibes for Deshaun.
At least Jameis is
funny.
Fun,
Funny. Yeah, at least he's funny.
Good personality to have.
It might not be good. They might not be good, but at least he will be funny.
Vibes are there,
Yeah.
Okay. Shall we talk quick college basketball? Because there was something that happened over the weekend that is wild. It's one of the craziest. I've been watching women's college basketball my entire life, and this is one of the craziest things I've ever seen. But at the same time, I'm not surprised that it happened, and I will explain after. SEC tournament for the women was this past weekend, and not only was South Carolina the number 1 seed, but they almost lost in the semifinals to, I believe it was Tennessee. Is that right? And Camila Cardozo, the center, I don't know how Tennessee allowed this inbound play to happen, but they did. Wide open, top of the arc.
Banked it.
Wide open, banked a 3-pointer to win the game. Legit, time running out. The last person that I would think would be shooting that was her. Money. And then they go on to the SEC championship game, and they're playing LSU.
Which is what we all wanted, for sure.
Absolutely. LSU, as we know, reigning national champs. We know about Angel Reese. We know about Flage. We know about everybody. The game was as chippy as I think I've ever seen. But that's all of their games against each other this season. They've been physical. This one was wild.
Well, I feel like they had to do that so they could make it competitive. I feel like that's how most things go like that,
Angel Reese
rough them up a little bit.
Pulling hair.
Yeah, she was.
And not even just a subtle little, she yanked Camilla's head. Yanked it. Whiplash almost. My favorite part about all of it, though, is that clip of, Angel's, trying to talk shit and, rile her up. Camilla's just, laughing
And she's laughing at her, yeah.
She is laughing. And I love that. I love a good, a good rivalry, a good, little bit of... We need to bring hatred back in sports.
Oh, yeah, we do. Yes, we do. Love that.
Talk shit. Do it.
Yes.
Bully
someone out there.
Where it gets too far, though, is when you're, body slamming people.
Yeah, we don't need to harm someone, but you can talk a little shit.
This whole thing started because I think it was Raven stole the ball from Flage, ran it up the court, and Flage fouled her. Obviously, it was an intentional foul. And then I think Dawn called a timeout. So they're going to the benches, crossing paths. Flage bumps her, and she bumps her good. You got a nice little elbow up there and everything. And everybody's like, whoa, 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 what's going on? And then Camilla comes in, all 6'7" of her, 6'8" of her. Big girl. Would not mess with her if you paid me. Comes in and bodies Flage. Bodies her. Knocks her to the ground as quick as I think I've ever seen anybody get taken down. And then that's when it gets nuts. Flage's brother jumps down from the stands, clears the scorer's table.
That was ridiculous.
I don't know what was going through his head.
I don't know either. Sized her up, put his hands on her.
He gets on the court, and you can see the instance in his brain where he was like, oh shit, this is a bad idea. Because he looks up at Camilla, and I was like,
Yeah,
and
he's
he backs
like holding
away
on to her side, and I'm like, why are you doing that?
Shout out to like the security officer or the police officer or whoever who was like right behind him right away.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's wild.
He got arrested.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. As he should. And there were other people that were with him that like jumped down but didn't jump the scores table, but they were like still screaming.
An insane thing to do. It was giving like Jokic brothers.
Yeah, that's what Rob said.
Yeah, that's what it reminded me of.
I'm an older sister. Gabb, you're an older sister. Like anybody messes with my younger sister.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's on site.
But like, I'm not going on the court. I'll tell you right now.
But no that is way too far.
No.
Way too far. Especially because you are a man. And these are
what are you going to do? Fight those girls? What?
Right. Well, like, truthfully, what was going through his head? What was the idea that he had once he got on the court? Was he going to deck her? Like.
Oh, God.
No. And then whatever. Everybody's, the punishments got doled out. Camilla got ejected, and now she's out for the first round of the March Madness tournament.
Which is fine. They're going to play a 16 seed anyways. They'll probably beat them by 30.
They're going to be fine. They had to finish the game just like 5-on-5. I think South Carolina had 2 subs because they didn't leave the bench area when the whole melee was going down.
LSU whole bench left.
LSU whole bench.
Toss.
Except for Angel Reese. Which
she rolled her ankle.
She rolled her ankle and she looked at what was happening. She was like,
she said, nope.
F that, limped over to the bench, sat
Smart
down.
Idea.
Whatever. So she was able to still play. And like they were down, I think, like 7 or 8 at the time with 2 minutes, maybe a minute and a half left. So it didn't really matter. But whatever. Game over. South Carolina wins. Dawn Staley, the class act that she is, in the post-game interview right before like the award ceremony, she apologizes. So this isn't who we are. This isn't what we're about. Like sometimes this game gets heated and, you act on adrenaline and blah, blah, blah. Like, but she apologized. She took responsibility for what her team did, what happened with her players. And she did the same thing at the trophy presentation to the people in the arena. So she apologized twice. Kim Mulkey.
Nope. No
way. Lovely lady that she is. Instead of apologizing, instead of saying, yeah, that shouldn't have been us. That's not what we do. Similar to what Dawn did. She said, oh, I wish she tried to fight Angel instead. That's a better height matchup. You don't go trying to take down someone smaller than you like that. Like, what?
See, I like this comment right here because this is a word that a lot of people like to use to diminish a lot of these people out here. Dawn was classy. She was. Kim was classless. So.
Isn't she always? Like, isn't she always? I truly do. Part of me feels bad for the women in the LSU program because like they're all so talented. There's a reason why they won the national championship last year. Like they are very good basketball players.
Makes for a great story though, I'll tell you that.
Everybody needs a villain, I guess. But like I would be I don't know if I could play for somebody like him ever.
Yeah, she'd probably start yelling at me. I probably would cry, to be honest.
I had a basketball coach once who was just like, she was just a mean person. And like, I hated it. It made me hate basketball for a period of my childhood and teenage years and whatever. And like, I couldn't imagine. But then also like, how am I supposed to take you seriously when you walk around looking like you belong on Sesame Street in some of these outfits? Like, and she was rude to the sideline reporter, like during the game. She was asking about like halftime adjustments or something, and she was like, "Seriously, you're asking me this?" And the reporter was like,
"Yeah, that's my job."
She was like, "Yeah,
my bad."
She even like tried to be as respectful as possible and was like, "Yes, ma'am." And Kim just like, she's just who she is. It's just LSU basketball, man. I don't know how the school stands by the stuff that she does, but
well, I mean, it happens in every single sport. When you win, get things done, people overlook a lot of things that you're doing.
Yeah.
She's a winner, I guess. That's why people like to play for her.
She's a winner, but she sucks as a person. And this isn't anything new either. Like this like personality thing, this attitude thing. This dates way back to the Baylor days. Like this, she's just the Kim Mulkey difference. That's what I call it. Bill, don't compare Bill Belichick to Kim Mulkey. Trevor, enough of the Bill Belichick slander. This is getting out of hand.
That is funny. I just have one more thing before we go.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys are up to date on TikTok trends, if you guys have been paying attention to what is happening, but this is probably one of my favorite movements that has ever come from TikTok. And so if they ban TikTok, I'm going to be a little mad. But this one, I'm glad it happened before. We are done with the 90s. And by that, I mean we're done with 90s basketball. It's over. It's canceled. Michael Jordan, you're no longer good. We don't want to see the clips. We don't want to see the highlights. They weren't doing anything cool. No, I'm just going like extreme with that one. I don't think it's as bad as everybody is saying, but like we're done with the 90s. LeBron's the GOAT, everybody. Give it up. It's done. Have you seen those videos though?
No. Today was the first time that I saw them. I'm not going to be a good participant in this conversation because I am pro Michael Jordan.
Well, you just need to just watch one because they're so funny. You need to watch it because it's funny. It will be showing Jordan just like standing in the corner forever for 5 minutes and not moving around. And then he gets the ball and he's wide open and he makes a shot. And everyone's like, oh my God, Michael Jordan's so good. And now everyone's like, oh, he kind of sucks. And they kind of suck back then. That's how every sport is though. It just always gets better. We can't really compare. It always gets better.
What you said this morning though, after you showed me it was funny because what did you say? You were like, oh, in 20 years, they're going to make this about LeBron and say, like, he played against podcasters.
Yeah, I saw someone post that, and they said when this happens to LeBron on whatever social media is next, it's going to be podcasters and streamers, Twitch streamers.
Yeah.
So that'll happen.
Oh, man. I'll be involved in that one. Yeah, LeBron was playing like guys who like went to Barstool to do podcasts. Like,
yeah. Paul George, not good, because guess what he's doing? Podcast. That's what they're going to say. Yeah. I'll be here for that too.
Bam Adebayo, podcast boy.
LeBron, no podcast, so he's doing great.
Yeah, he's got the barbershop, though. Would we consider that a podcast or a TV show?
No, that's a TV show. That's a TV show. Yeah.
Right.
We'll act like that one's non-existing.
Oh, man. Well, I think that's all we got because my brain can't think of anything else.
Same.
New league year starts tomorrow. Happy 2024 football year. All of these things can become official tomorrow. So keep an eye out though, because there's always one that gets like backed out of. Just keep an eye. But we should see some more because everybody's got like post whatever designations for releases and cuts and blah 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 trades. So we'll see what happens, and then we will see you guys next week. We'll talk more March Madness next week. We'll really dive into it because we've got the conference tournaments this weekend, and then Selection Sunday is this coming Sunday. So we'll have maybe we'll fill out a bracket next weekend. Maybe that'll be like our game.
Yeah, sure.
That sounds
we can
good.
do that. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, we'll see you guys next Tuesday.